So I'm in the Michelle mobile being shuttled to the trailhead, and the reason I like shuttling with Michelle is she's got a frickin' Jeep. As she says, it'll go anywhere. So introduce yourself, Michelle.
Hey y'all, how's it going? My name is Michelle and I operate White Blaze Shuttle Services, and we are on the road to Springer Mountain, and it's a nice ride.
Michelle, how many pickups do you do a day?
It really just depends on the time of year, but I would say through hiker season, you know, I'm upwards of 6 to 8 pickups a day, or drop-offs a day.
Depends on the season?
It just depends on the season, yes. So
is there a bubble going on now?
Yeah, I would say there's definitely a bubble. There's kind of like a bunch of mini bubbles. So traditionally, you know, everybody has heard that you know, April 1st is kind of like the kickoff date. You know, a lot of people get on. It seems like every year it just keeps getting further and further pushed back, that people want to start earlier. So you've got waves of people starting earlier and earlier. So the first wave was really February 1st. There was a bunch of people kind of like that first week, and then by February 15th, there's been almost double that amount of people, and I would say the next wave is going to occur somewhere around, you know, March 1st to March 12th, and then end of March and April 1st and April 15th.
And how far do you run?
I advertise that I'll run up to Fontana, and I do. Through hiker season, I try to stick around in Georgia just because so many people are needing support at that time, and a lot of the roads are closed up in North Carolina, just over the border, so that makes it really hard to access people. So I don't want to commit to saying that I will go, you know, say to like Wyabald or a Deep Gap, because I can't access you there. But I do have some business up at the NOC and Rock Gap area. If you guys are up in North Carolina, past Rock Gap, I can get you up until April 1st.
So, Michelle, we're almost there. I'd really like to do some carpool karaoke. Are you into it?
No, I don't. Y'all don't want to hear me sing.
Roxanne, you don't have to put out the red light. Roxanne. So we're getting a little bit personal here. So she's wishing me goodbye and good luck. What do you think? You think I'm going to make it?
I think you're going to make it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think you're going to make it.
I got good guidance here. So see you down the road.
All right.
So I'm on the trail finally. Michelle left me off, gave me a final hug and some sage words of advice. And I saw my first blaze and saw this and thought I'd stop and take it. I'm headed southbound, so technically I'm in the wrong direction, but I'm headed down to where the plaques are, and I have to sign the logbook down there, and then I'll turn around and head in the right direction. So I'm not as dumb as I think. So I'm still headed southbound. I'm at two northbound hikers, two Nobos, and they said, oh, it's about a 15-minute walk to the plaque. So I'm gonna head there, sign the register, and head back. I have a little bit of deja vu. So it's official. I'm at the starting point, mile 0. So far I've been doing negative miles. So I've got to hike back from where I came. It was 372 feet of climbing, which is no big whoop. But I'm looking forward to the downhill and the deja vu on the way back. But there's also a box here at the top of Springer where you can register and say who the hell you are, so they know who didn't make it in and who to go looking for. So I'm going to get going, head down the trail. So I got miles to go. I've often said that in the word smiles, there's the word mile between the two S's. So I'm going to keep smiling and keep hiking. Talk to you later. Nah, I've only gone 1 mile. I'm going to get some more miles in. So I'd be making a lot more progress if I quit stopping every 10 minutes and taking video and whatnot. So I may have to change my style. So I'm right back where I started, and I've got almost 2 miles. You can see there. This guy showed, I think, 388 feet of ascent. And I must say, Michelle, my shuttle driver, here up to the top of Springer Mountain, was a real treat. She just had a lot of interesting information and told me a lot of good stuff. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are thinking about hiking the AT, and you've probably been catfished too many times on Cupid or some other dating app that you use, and you're thinking, hey, I saw that Michelle, she's really attractive. There's some good-looking women on the AT. I may have to move that trip to the AT up a bit. But I'm sorry to say, well, I'm happy to say that Michelle is married, has 2 kids, and I think she's out of the dating game for the moment. So anyways, there are some attractive women on here. I've seen several. And there's some good-looking guys. So maybe there'll be some romance on the trail, but not for the old DerDieDas. DerDieDas is happily married, missing his bride already. See you down the trail. So I've passed, I think 5 through hikers so far. And when I say passed, I do mean passed. All of them this is their 2nd day, and they still have that shit-ass grin on their face from the honeymoon. None of them has a trail name yet, so I've been asking them, telling them I'll give them a trail name tonight. We'll see. I'm in a rhododendron forest. Hard to believe these things can survive the cold weather they've had here, but they're everywhere. So I'm right at my first hour, and I'm really excited. This is cool. You gotta do this. Whoops. Gotta watch out for those tree roots. I think distracted hiking is a way to get hurt. Anyways, this is I got married today to the AT. It's probably going to be a very long relationship, but I got a confession to make. This is not my first time I've had relationships with the AT. In 1973, my brother had gotten home from Vietnam a couple of years earlier. He was in the 101st Airborne, the guys that parachuted down into the battle. And the only jump he ever made was lost 90% of his platoon. And my brother was the radio guy, the radar of the platoon, and he survived, but it left him scarred for life. I mean, it drives me nuts when people think that PTSD is not real. It's real, believe me. So, anyways, he got back from Nam and was really going through a hard time. He went through a hard time the rest of his life. But I had just gotten out of the Peace Corps, living in essentially 12th century Korea. And I was going, we didn't call it PTSD and never have. Whoops. We've called it reverse culture shock. Not as severe, but a lot of the same problems. Ooh, my first stream crossing. I'm so excited. I want to take off my shoes and put my tootsies in there. So let's see if I make it across vertical. Hey, the old DerDieDas. He doesn't need a walker. Nice. We've got this stream here, and it's right next to a really flat place to tent camp. There's no shelter or anything, but you got the water. It's very seductive, but not tonight. We've got miles to go. See you down the trail. Seriously, take a look at this and tell me you don't want to be here. This is like walking through an arboretum. It's rhododendrons everywhere, and they look so happy to see me. So I think you need to be trailing. Back to my brother and I, it's 1973 and we're both suffering. So he had heard about the AT, I saw it somewhere back then. The AT was no big deal, nobody knew about it. So he said, hey, let's go down to Gatlinburg and take a week off and hike the Appalachian Trail. So we did. And the first night we hiked in, I don't think we saw anybody the whole day. And all we had was a tarp tent, open face. Didn't know anything about bear bags or bear vaults. So naturally we just left our food in the rucksack. Rookie mistake. During the night we both sat in the tent. It was a duplex, and I kept saying hearing sounds out in the woods, and could see shadows or silhouettes in the dark. And I kept telling my brother, "Hey, you're the soldier. You go out and see what that is." And he said, "No, I'm not going out there." So next morning we got up, and my rucksack was totally demolished. All the food was gone. It was not usable. I had to carry it out. And my brother's bag, his was kind of okay. I think I had more Snickers in my pack. That's why mine got torn up. But that was a bad introduction to the AT, and it kind of scarred me for what is it, 45 years. But I'm out here again. I'm having a blast. So you need to get out here. See it on the trail. Here's a phenomena I first encountered on the French Camino, the route popularized in the movie The Way. And as you guessed, I'm probably going to be talking about the Camino a lot in the 5 months we have together. But the phenomena that I want to mention is, normally I have an incredibly hard time remembering people's names. I've asked people's names 4 or 5 times and been embarrassed about it. But I've noticed on all my hikes on about the second day, you tell me your name once, even if it's 3 people together and they all tell me their names, I never, ever forget their name. I mean, I can tell you names from 4 years ago that maybe I hiked with them 2 or 3 days and that was it. But I remember their names, and I've often wondered why that is. Am I just too distracted in normal life to remember anything? Or is it just the fact that we're all in this together, we're all striving for the same goal of getting, in this case, to Maine? I don't know, but it's an interesting phenomenon that I really, really like. Ooh, cool. Something technical. Let's see if an old coot can get across this. Hey, look at me. I'm one of the flying Melindas. Cool. Let's make it a double. So I ran into Jane. She's a what?
Trail ambassador.
And what do you normally hike out here every day?
We do whatever we want.
Oh.
We can do whatever. We can do day hikes. We can stop at shelters. We can do overnight backpacking. It's a volunteer, so we can do what we want.
So, but normally, what's your stretch?
I don't have a normal. because I like to change it up.
I love your attitude. Let's see where this trail goes, right?
I know.
What do I want to do?
But we're just trying. So many people come into Georgia to start, and then a lot of people don't make it out. So we're just trying to give people so they can be successful, and
Yeah.
and then also to keep the trail nice for everybody.
Yeah, I got the same attitude with me. I feel like, boy, if that old guy can do it, I can do it, damn it.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
boy, it's been great to run into you. You're a blast. See ya. Well, Shazam, my first trail magic. All right. Ooh, what do we got here? All kinds of good stuff. Ooh, peanut butter. Ooh, Oreos. Any Snickers? Excuse me a minute. I got to do some serious eating. So I'm standing here with the trail or hiker from Cincinnati named Dr. He's got a trail journal out on trailjournals.com if you want to look him up. But I like this guy. He knows his masculinity. He's wearing a kilt. So how's it going so far?
It's going well.
Yeah, you look good.
Second day, and I'm hurting, but it'll go away.
But you're almost into Hawk Mountain Shelter. I think it's
Yeah.
less than a half mile, right?
Mile and a half, I think. I don't know. Well, I'll get there when I get there.
You'll get there when you get there. I like that attitude. So you're a paramedic in Cincinnati, right?
I was until Wednesday.
Yeah, this man retired from 38 years, as you said.
Uh-huh.
And the interesting thing is, my brother was a paramedic in the Cincinnati area, and Dr. knows my brother, or thinks he
yeah,
knows my brother.
We've met, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my brother is no longer with us, but that's another story. So, yeah, it was really great to meet you, and hope to spend some time with you tonight.
Yeah, you too.
Well, hello. I didn't see you standing there. This is my tent site for tonight. I didn't go to the shelter. A range runner, one of the ambassadors, told me it was extremely crowded there tonight. The bubble is here. So I decided to camp, if you go a little closer down towards where the water is, there's some terrific tent pads. And it's quiet here, no snoozing, no farting. You're pretty much left alone, and there's two really nice bear boxes here to store your stuff. So this is like ideal, and it's extremely quiet. So let me show you around. So this is my tent. It's a Nemo Dagger 2, two-man tent. I bought it with the hope that someday my bride would join me on one of my outings, but we'll see. As you can see, it's extremely roomy inside. It's a two-man tent, a duplex. It has two vestibules, one on each side, to put your backpack at night and your shoes so they don't get wet, theoretically anyways. This thing is extremely waterproof. When I got it, I stood in the backyard for about 2 minutes with a hose and hosed it down, and nothing leaked. But before I came, I treated it again with some waterproof on the rainfly, and it doesn't leak, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, there's vestibules on both sides, so it has dual entry, so if your wife wants to get up in the middle of the night, or you do, you don't disturb each other, which is a nice feature. Inside, you can see it's roomy. I've got my Thermarest X-Therm stretched out here, down there. It's about 3 inches off the ground with an R factor of 6.9, so I don't think I'm going to be cold. And my bag, again, is a Z-Pack's 10 degree. So I think I'm going to be cozy tonight. I went down to the creek and got some water. It's about 2/10 of a mile down, and now I'm filtering it out. Filter all my water. I'm trying to, I haven't used this Katahdin filter since July. When you don't use them for a while, they don't flow. My guess is by day 3, this thing will be like Niagara Falls. I do have a backup. It's another Katahdin Be Free, which I like it because it's collapsible, and you can keep it in my front vest pocket even when it's full, and it'll fold up, and it's right there ready at hand. I've already filled up my bicycle bottle with whey protein and put water in there, so I'm ready for tomorrow. This bottle's about 20 years old. Hammer Gel used to sponsor me in the race across America in 2000. So I'm fixing some dinner. I'm going to have I think spaghetti. Yes, spaghetti. Classic spaghetti with meat sauce. Got my stove ready to go, using rocket fuel and again a jet boil. So I'm getting ready for dinner, and then I'm gonna probably hike up to the bear box, leave my goodies, my smelly stuff in there, and lay down for a while because I'm a little tired. See you in the morning. Well, hello again. Just in time for dinner. Again, I'm eating Mountain Home spaghetti and meat sauce, and I gotta say, it's quite tasty.